So this last week has been disastrous for a lot of the town around here because it flooded actually. My brother came to check on it that day. It flooded. He moved all the stuff that a lot of stuff. I'm not sure you can see there's water spots. He moved all the stuff, the welder on top, because it was all getting through here. Because there's still spaces around here that leaks water. And if you look out there, there's a lot of water that's stagnated right there. But yeah, it rained about close to 6 inches over 4 days. So there's a lot of parts that he moved around just so they wouldn't get wet. But I went ahead and got some parts in. Got my gaskets, my sensor here, knock sensors. So I'm gonna start putting the intake back together once I get all that done, so I can finally seal it up and start working on something else. But for the moment, that's all I have right now. Give me a little bit and I'll see if I can button this up pretty quick. Okay guys, I got the oil pressure sensor off. This one's the new one right here. This is the old one. It might have been replaced already. I'm not sure, but I'm gonna go ahead and install it and be done with that. So these are my knock sensors. I went ahead and got the Holstein. It came with, this is the one that came with the kit. Came with the set. The other ones didn't have it, and I think each knock sensor was like $60 on AutoZone. So I'm gonna have got this because it comes with everything, with the wiring harness and everything. So I'm gonna go ahead and switch it out and give it a quick clean, because I can see they're a little dirty. Let me try something over. They're a little dirty around there. Right there. So I'm gonna have to switch those out and get those replaced, so I don't have to do this maintenance after I put the intake back on. And I'm gonna go ahead and put a little bead right here as a gasket maker, because I don't want water to get in it later, because I am gonna go ahead and take out the foam from the intake, the bottom intake. It's supposed to be there for no leaves, no trash, that kind of stuff, but I'm not sure if y'all remember, but it had leaves under there. It was bad in there. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that, clean it up, and then I'll add the gaskets right here. And that's all the gaskets. The only thing I didn't get to the OEM was the knock sensors themselves, but the oil pressure sensor I did get OEM. The intake gaskets I did get OEM, and the throttle body gasket I didn't get OEM, but it's Velcro, and I haven't had issues with them before. I heard other people having issues with the aftermarket knock sensors. Hopefully I don't get that with this. Hopefully it goes smoothly and I don't switch it out. But other than that, button it up. And the next thing hopefully I can do is start setting up my exhaust, because meanwhile the fenders are off, I would love to start building my exhaust, because I'm gonna, I'm gonna put an exhaust flange on the headers. That way when I have to take off the headers or something, it's easy to take off. I can separate the headers from the exhaust, that way it's not one piece. Because if I do with the clamps right there, the clamps are going to tighten down around that metal and make a secure, it's going to squish that metal, so it's going to be harder to get off later on. With the exhaust flange, it should help out if one day I do go for a 6.0 or something. Take off the headers, take off the exhaust, that way I can make room for myself and get it out. But for the meantime, let me finish this up. Let me at least do this part. And I'm still cleaning up the intake. It's a little bit better than before. And I just gotta take out the gaskets, clean up around it, and that should be ready to put in. But yeah, I most of it I order online, because if you go to like AutoZone, it's like $40 more expensive. So I saved like about $100. So those $100 will be for other parts. So all right, guys, let me get to it. All right, as I was working on this, I was getting the knock sensors out, and this is what I got. That's why I'm doing the regular maintenance right now while I can, because of that. And I am gonna put a little bit of silicone around these. That way water doesn't get in there, because the ones that I took off didn't have any. And to tell you the truth, I'm not even sure if it's like anything was stock on it. Because on this one, the little head of this one broke off. See how bad that is? Look how bad that one is. That one's gone. But yeah, I went ahead and did that, so I'm gonna tighten it up right now, and hopefully I can get the intake here in a little bit. Call this done and go on to the next thing. So I got these little plugs right here sealed up already. The only thing about the Holstein kit is like slightly too tight right here, so you got to cut it a little bit for it to have enough slack. But there we go. I finished cleaning the, where's my, oh yeah, the intake already, and it was pretty dirty from right there. I'm not sure you can see, but it was pretty dirty, so I'm gonna clean it where the seal can get it better. And it's just pretty much putting it on there now. Hopefully I can do it here in a little bit, and we are done. Okay guys, I just got finished installing the intake finally. I already got all the injectors plugged in. I even kind of fixed that one up. It's kind of broken, but it'll work for now. I even got the throttle body cleaned up, got everything installed. Those are the harnesses for the coil packs. As soon as I get that installed, that's done. What I'm gonna do next is I'm gonna go ahead and get myself a new radiator. Not that anything is wrong with this one, it's that I want to go with a higher amp, because I am gonna be running more electronics in this later on, so I might as well just get that already out of the way. But that's done at the moment. So next thing is alternator. Finished with the harmonic balancer. Finish that up. That's done. Replace this tensioner right there. That way I don't have problems later on. And that is done. My brother right now, he should be primarying the parts, so that's pretty much almost done. So we're getting on it. It's just there's some tedious tasks that takes a while, but once we get that done, it's just clear from there. I'll try to give you another update as soon as I get more stuff done. That's it for this video.